Another episode of Tutorial Tuesday. It's week 40, 2019, and I'm glad that you're along with us, yet I'm left wondering where the heck the time has gone this year, considering we only have 12 weeks left. Hey, 2 announcements and then we'll get into your questions. Announcement number 1 that I'm really excited to share with you is I'm the newest brand ambassador for Cotton Carrier. Now, Cotton Carrier are the folks that make the camera harness systems for all photographers. Go ahead and swipe over and check out their website. And here's a couple pictures of me down in Torrey just this weekend using the G3 double camera harness system. I also did a review on my YouTube channel of it, so you'll want to check that out as well. So let's take a look at a couple of those pictures. Now, the last thing here about the Cotton Carrier system is they have a new Kickstarter out. It's for their newest addition to the product line called the Sling Belt, and it also comes with a lens pouch, and it looks like a dry bag too. They're going to be sending it to me, and I'm going to be reviewing that, so watch for an update on my YouTube channel with that new Sling Belt. Go ahead and check it out by swiping over. All right, and finally, announcement number 2, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. Now, I haven't done a giveaway in over 3 years, so I'm excited to do this. This is in collaboration with Kayla over at Willow Creek Leather. Kayla handcrafts and creates the leather-bound photography journals that I give away at my workshops, and this is what they look like. Right up there. Up here, we have my trademark slogan, which is, it's not just a snapshot, it's a story. You can see how all the pages are hand-torn and made by her, along with the leather wrapping. Absolutely stunning. So I'm excited to do this giveaway. Watch my feed for that. Let's get right into your questions now. Okay, the question here is, why does it cost so much more money between the 70 to 200 non-image stabilized version and the 70 to 200 version 3 image stabilized version? Well, number 1, the version 3 is the latest and greatest out on the market. Number 2 is the image stabilization. And image stabilization, what that does for us is it allows us to shoot at slower shutter speeds while still maintaining a sharp image. It doesn't mean that it's going to stabilize a moving subject, not that at all, but if we're hand holding a camera and let's say I needed to shoot at 1/200th of a second to maintain a sharp image, with image stabilization, I could go down to like 1/50th of a second and still maintain that sharp image. Now, that's all dependent on a variety of things like what you're comfortable shooting at. For me, I can turn on my image stabilization in a church, shoot down at 1/60th, 1/50th of a second, and still maintain a sharp image. That's what stabilization does for us, and that's what you're going to pay for. So I hope that helps you. Okay, this next question is about the editing process that I did on my wife Joe's picture when she was out at the workshop with me last weekend. So let's take a look at that first, and then I'll talk about the editing process. Okay, so talking about the editing process, first, from the global point of view, what you're seeing is a combination of 3 different textures added as layers on that image in Photoshop, along with several different light leaks that come from Alien Skin, which is a plugin that you can buy for Photoshop and Lightroom. In addition to that, what I've done is I've taken the clarity slider, I've been a little bit vigorous with that, and I've gone over like plus 25 on that. In addition, in Photoshop, I've also used, to get more of a gritty feel to it, I've also used DxO's Nick collection, and specifically the Silver Effects Pro. And in there, I've used a structure slider from the highlights to the mid-tones, and then also the shadows. So that's what you're seeing. I'm glad that you like it, and I hope that helps you. How is ranch life? The one word that comes to mind is rewarding, and this goes for anybody that's self-employed, because no one forces us to get up out of bed and go to work, but we know the consequences if we don't. Sure, absolutely. I can think of 3 right off the top of my head that are great resources. Number 1, Creative Live. Number 2, f-stoppers. Number 3, Flern. Go check those guys out. They all offer free tutorials and paid subscriptions. I wanted to share this comment that Scott shared with me, and Scott, it touched me. Thank you for sending it. Made my day brighter. Yep, I really am a photographer, and sometimes I get a little crappy like everybody else. Sometimes I don't have my crap together like everybody else, and I don't know. You got to choose to be happy. So thanks for sharing this, friend. I appreciate it. So the question is, outside of a lifestyle shoot like branding or covering an activity kind of thing, what do I wish models or people knew that were in front of my camera, wish they knew or wish they did? And the one thing that comes to mind is just be yourself. That's it. There's nothing, we don't have to stage ourselves to try and be somebody else or to try and present ourselves to the world. We of course want to be our best selves, and I can help you do that. And that's my job, and that's our jobs as photographers, to help present your best you to the world. And for me, that's collaborating with my subject and giving them tips and tricks to move their body a certain way so that they're not maybe square with the camera, but maybe if we turn a little bit to the side, we shave a little bit of them off, those kinds of things. But most importantly, it's just be yourself. That's the biggest thing that I can get out there. So thank you for the question, ma'am. The quick answer, no, I don't use spot metering. I use spot metering when I'm doing work in a theater or something like that where stage lights are directly down on a person, but primarily I use center weighted average. I always enjoy talking about the technical side of photography because it's a hurdle that we all get over, but as far as lens goes, and another favorite besides the 70-200 is hands down the 16-35 for me. Besides that 16-35, I would probably be looking at some of the tilt shift lenses, just from a different creative aspect. And of course, the 85 prime is also a great lens too.